Impact. Impact's an interesting one. Sometimes we have no idea of the impact we have. Sometimes we can tell straight away we've just got it wrong, and other times we have no idea at all. We don't always understand why, but at least we've said what we wanted to, right? Wrong. If it's at the cost of the relationship, it's not worth the win or the impact it caused. But what if we could get it right and still get our message across? Sometimes for survivors of child sexual abuse, we struggle with this because so much was taken from us. We're still a bit confused and boundaries can be messed up. However, in any given moment, we have the opportunity to get it right and make it acceptable to all involved. So what gets in the way? What is it about us that causes us to behave badly at times? And yes, I'm talking to you. There are multiple reasons that cause us to behave in ways we wish we hadn't. The truth is, some of us know instantly in the split second afterwards. For others, we never quite get there. We just feel something is off without ever really knowing what that is or how to make it better. Making things right is always possible, and there is no specific timeline on this. There is no reason why we can't take action to repair the damage. Believe it or not, it's never too late. Picture this. The situation occurs, we behave strongly, badly, wrongly. We walk away full of adrenaline and righteousness, eventually knowing we need to make it right. Little known fact, we will usually respond in a way that is not helpful or conducive to moving situation along when we find ourselves personally are struggling. Our brain is configured in such a way to respond instinctively. If we understand how that works, we have an opportunity to take action that is helpful rather than harmful to a situation. That part of the brain, the one that goes into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, is called the limbic brain. We traditionally choose one of these responses when feeling threatened or under attack. To us CSA survivors, it's known as the trauma responses, or as I like to call them, the 4Fs. This evolved millions of years ago when we were on the Sahara Plains running from saber-toothed tigers. Now that there's no longer a real threat, we don't need to respond quite so strongly, and yet we do. It is instinctual and conditioned behaviour. One of the ways we can circumvent this is to allow 6 seconds to occur before we react. That is the time it takes for our logical brain to override the emotional brain. Try this. Take a deep breath. Take the 6 seconds before responding. If you are not sure of what to respond with in a way that is helpful, the following may be useful. 1, I'll need to think about that and get back to you. 2, give me some time to process this. 3, I hear what you are saying. I'll let you know later. And 4, finally, create a response that you can live with. By allowing this to happen, we stand more of a chance of responding instead of reacting, and therefore not destroying relationships. This may sound easy and a quick fix, but is actually quite a skill to master confidently, mainly because we are creatures of habit and therefore used to reacting in a certain way. Logically, if we keep responding in that way, the same outcomes will occur. So it's on us to try something different to get a better result. There is nothing as challenging as trying to manage a difficult situation so that the relationship is kept workable and positive. We cannot be responsible for other people's behaviour or how people choose to treat us. But what we can always do is be responsible for our own behaviour and attitude. In times when we are stressed or overwhelmed, it becomes even more difficult, and I've found the following ideas work for me. A, recognise when I'm struggling. B, going within to gauge my intent. C, checking in with my own accountability. D, digging deep for the best version of myself. E, realizing that the relationship that exists can only improve. F, acknowledge that people are doing the best they can with what they have. We will never get it completely right, but if we look at it in terms of our intent, we stand more chance of changing situations that may have seemed unworkable. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Be kind to yourselves, and please take that 6 seconds.